Yo, yo, yo. What up, peoples? What is going on? Happy Thursday. It is good to be back. Yo, I didn't let... I've got some things to sort out, but I also didn't let the video finish.
Yo,
New shake weight jam. Let's go. Yo, yo, yo. Fair's back in action, dude. Back from the trip.
booty, baby. Are pretty funny, Gabs.
What up, what up? So the stream's gonna look different. Oh, you're driving home today? Word, dude, word. All right, dude. Yo, that's a nice long... Oh, yeah, Thursday. You said Thursday, huh? That would be today, huh? My bad, dude. My bad. Dude, it looks like it's gonna storm today for us, man. It looks stormy. So... Let me show you guys something real quick. I'm gonna go back to that intro video. There's actually an ending to it now. There's an ending to it now. Check this out. Check this out. Let me get to the end of this thing. This is the beginning of it. This is the beginning of it. If you didn't get to see this earlier, I've still got some more to finish on this, but then the end of it would be like this. Kind of the same thing. So we got some new stuff popping off, man. The one at the end of the stream today will be a little bit better, actually. It's a little bit more elaborate. There's some extras in there, but yeah, that's where we're at, dude. So, new background for the stream, for the chatting scene that we're at right now, and the starting scene and stuff like that. So, that's fun. I think it looks a little bit cleaner. So. Got that implemented yesterday. We got the new stuff for the montage going on, all that stuff. Oh, we're all three head. Don't I am a three head for sure, for sure. I mean, here's the thing. That's the first emote that was ever made in this channel. That's the first emote that was ever made, dude. Was three head. And so it's kind of iconic for the channel and the stream, if you will. So I like it. I do stupid stuff all the time, so you know, you just gotta own it. Sometimes, I mean, everybody does, right? If you don't own it, then I mean, it just makes it worse on yourself, I think. So you know, it's one of those things that you know, I think that as you age a little bit, you learn how to like take that and own it a little bit, doing stupid stuff, you know. So I am definitely three head from time to time, but yeah, I think everybody is, you know. But but yeah, that's just some of the new stuff we got hooked up. I hope you guys like it. I've been trying to work on new stuff on the Wednesdays, man. I had some life stuff yesterday that I had to take care of, so I wasn't getting to work on stuff all day, but I worked on a lot of stuff yesterday too. Some of the oh, you're good, Psycho. Oh yeah, no worries, buddies. 412s. Woo! Yo, dude, I would love to, you know, back whenever I was working a gig where I was working for other people or other businesses, doing something like 4 on 3 off or you know, something like that would have been ideal for me, dude. Or even like a 4 10s and then a really short shift, you know, for or 4 10s and then 3 off, or 3 12s and then a short day, something like that. Man, I loved it. I did get to do that occasionally, and I loved that, man. That would have been great. But you're going 412s, huh? You're going up close to 50 hours, 48 hours. I haven't had enough coffee yet. You know what I mean? Math's hard. All right, so it's good to be back. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you had a good day yesterday. We've got video gaming news for today, August 3rd. I got a few new videos up on the YouTube channel just from some interesting stuff we had covered over the news over the past week and stuff that are up there for you guys to check out if you're interested, as opposed to just the full video gaming news segments. You know, there's some cutouts that are on the YouTube channel and stuff that are, I think, some of the more interesting things we covered if you want to check some of that stuff out as well. But we're about to hop into this new stuff for today, and then we'll go play Remnant 2 Day 7. Cool? Let's do this, baby. Let's get in it. We'll go ahead and cut the music, and let's get into the news. Let's go. Yeah, so today is Baldur's Gate 3 Day for PC, right? PlayStation players are not going to get this game for another just about month and 3 days, so September 6th. And it's actually a pretty smart play by Larian, if you ask me. They decided to maintain the original release date for this game for PS5 in order to coincide with the release of Starfield, which PlayStation won't get, right? So that gives PlayStation players something else to look forward to at the same exact date. So it was a pretty smart play by Larian, but PC players have already, you know, been able to play this game in early access, but it's been early access. It's only been, from what I understand, I didn't dive into it in early access, but just one act, and now it will be full release. Now, being full release means that with this game, there is no preload, and I think it's actually later this afternoon that it releases. Let's verify this. Let's bring this up. I think it's like this afternoon. I spelled it wrong too. It's a U, not an E. Or maybe I was looking at the wrong time period. Or time zone, I mean. Let's see. We'll pull it up on Great. Yep, I just fat clicked and closed our not what I wanted either. Good stuff. Let's try this again. There we go. Davey, what up, buddy? Yeah, I'm about to cover that, Ferret. Thanks, man. Yep. That's exactly what I'm about to cover. It's right here on our articles, first thing that came up on the searches today. So we've already covered a lot of other stuff too, but I wanted to cover the release time first. So thanks, man. Appreciate it. So again, like I said, PS5 version won't hit until the 6th, but today for PC players, it will launch at 5 p.m. CST, 8 a.m. PDT, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. That would be 10 o'clock stream time. So in roughly, I was wrong. So I was looking at afternoon times for other parts of the world. 4 p.m. BST, 5 p.m. CST, 8 a.m. PDT, and 11 a.m. Eastern. So that's 10 o'clock our time. 10 o'clock. So we're talking like about 3.5 hours from now, the game is full released, right? Full release. Now, what we do already know, and like Ferret just talked about, is another thing, and I was about to bring that up this morning, but your saves don't carry over, right? There is no pre-download, and they're actually recommending that you remove your save files and everything beforehand. Delete your Baldur's 3 early access saves before starting the full game. This is something that I was going to talk about this morning, so I'll pull this up for you guys, okay? See what else we got here. Wait, what's this? Okay, cool. Remnant from the Ashes. You're still playing, dude? Nice. Oh, okay, cool. Nice, man. Nice. Awesome. 4 on 3 off. Nice, Psycho. That's a banger of a schedule, dude. That's still a lot of work, though, dude. If you're working 4/12s, 50, that's almost, what, 48 hours, dude. 48 hours, yeah. Yeah. Workaholic, bro. Davey, I thought you I thought you said Remnant from the Ashes wasn't really for you, man. What changed your mind? Did you just persevere? You were like, I gotta keep pushing, I gotta keep trying. Have you played more of it, or did you just decide to try to dive back into it today, man? What's going on? Fill me in, man. Fill me in. We already talked about the biggest games of August. I've actually got a link. If anybody needs it, I'll just pull it up real quick. We've already covered this in our last video gaming news segment from Tuesday, actually. But if you need to know the big ones, there it is right there. The big games coming out, that's a link right there in chat. You guys can take a look at that. That'll show you all the major games coming out this month, okay? Right on, dude. I respect it, man. I respect it. Yeah, a lot of hype about Baldur's Gate 3. I'm not going to play it right now. I've just got too much on my plate right now. But I think that what is probably going to happen is on our schedule, and I haven't updated it yet, but I was planning on playing Subnautica at the end of the year this year, and that's probably going to get replaced with Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah. Yeah, Ferret, I would probably say the same thing. It's just not my kind of work, you know what I mean? So it would seem like hard work to me. Looks like we got some free play days for Xbox. We'll pull up that and see what everybody can get into there. Excuse me. Yo, just decided to keep playing. Good, dude. Right on. Right on. I hope that you're enjoying it, man. Yo, did you, for everybody that saw the new animated background and everything, did you guys like it? And do you like it more than the previous one? I'm looking for a little bit of feedback, man. I can show it off again too real quick if you want to see it. If you didn't get to see it yet. We've already covered some of this, so I'm not going to dive into that. Nintendo reconfirms release dates and windows for upcoming Switch games. Oh, how to get it all done. Look, there's a little bit of wonkiness. I noticed this morning. So anytime you start messing with stuff like that, there's bound to be some stuff that gets forgotten. Just little bits and pieces that you forget to tweak or whatever. I noticed some stuff this morning after I started back up, and so if things seem a bit off, I just need to know, But I'm always trying to make things look a little bit better, be a little bit more nice. So, again, that's what Wednesdays are doing for me. And so I'm trying to take advantage of it to the greatest extent possible, which is hopefully, occasionally going to start showing off for you guys. It doesn't always show every single week, There's a lot of time that I spend that it's leads up to a culmination of like finishing certain things so that I can implement them, and it's not always easy to get all that done on just one day. So sometimes it'll be a week or two of me working on things before you guys see anything actually show through the channel and the stream. But eventually it comes through, and hopefully it looks better and it feels more fun and nice. You know what I mean? That's kind of the point of it all for me. And again, like I've said before, it's all been a learning process for me. I've literally had I know nobody personally that has ever done this. It's just a process of me sitting down and diving into it and learning how to do it and teaching myself, you know. So I don't know. Alunico, what's up, friendo? How you doing, man? What it do, bro? What it do? But this is what I was talking about. I'll show you guys real quick. So we got a new animated background for the some of our scenes and everything right now. So like this looks quite a bit different than it used to. So if you remember, it used to look almost like a orange, kind of like, it was very bright. It was very bright. Oh, dude, that is one of my, dude, I cannot recommend that game enough. Just a second, Alunico, and I'll talk about that. So it used to be a bit brighter. It wasn't, I liked it. I liked the one we had before. It was almost like a solar kind of, looked like we were funneling in towards like some kind of a star or something, man. I don't know, but it was very bright and not quite as clean looking as this is. And so I wanted to implement this and see what you guys thought about it. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. Alunico, that game is an absolute banger, dude. I played that game when it released for PC, and Sony Santa Monica absolutely destroyed that game, like in a good way. You know, quite often you'll get games that get ported to PC, and it doesn't feel as good as what you've heard the game was on like another platform or whatever. And vice versa, whatever, you know, maybe from PC to console or whatever, it's the same thing. Dude, they killed it. That game felt so good on release for PC. They nailed it, dude. And that game is so good. One of my big things is, and this is this is aimed at every developer that does third-person games. Third-person games have a real big issue with camera. If your character's back gets up close to environment, the camera just gets real wonky. It'll either smash right into the back of the character, it'll zoom right into the back of the character, or it'll like put you in first person mode, which you're not used to playing that game. It doesn't do anything to where it like makes the environment maybe a little bit opaque or transparent, translucent or whatever, and like pan the camera up or anything so you can see. You know, it doesn't adjust in a way that you would expect it to or want it to. And third-person games are just terrible at that. And God of War is the same way. God of War, I played that game on the hardest difficulty, which was Give Me God of War difficulty, and played it all the way through. It was amazing. It was fantastic. But you're always fighting in these little kind of arena situations. And the amount of times I mauled it out because of how bad the camera would get whenever my character's back would get pushed up against a wall or a piece of environment. God, it was mauling. But that's like all third-person games. That is a banger of a game, dude. You got to let me know what you think about it after you get into it a little bit. That game is so good, dude. So good. So good. So we'll take a look at this. Oh man, I haven't played Ragnarok yet either because you know I don't have a modern PlayStation console. I'm waiting on it to come to PC. But I can tell you one of the things I already heard about Ragnarok that's really going to kind of peeve me out is there's a lot of hand holding by the like hand holding narrative that goes on. Wanting to play just been, but yeah, I understand that, Psycho. Yeah, for sure, I understand that. So the yo the Oh yeah, there is an upcoming Dark Souls animated Netflix. Yep, there absolutely is. Yeah, we covered that in the news a couple of times. One second, one second. All right, sorry. Um, yeah, we talked about that. I hope it's something that is along the lines of. I thought I watched. If you haven't seen the Castlevania anime off of Netflix, I felt like they did a pretty solid job with that. I hope that the Dark Souls is of quality. I don't expect it to be similar to it in content or anything like that, but quality wise, I hope it's similar to that. The Castlevania stuff was pretty good. If you haven't seen that, check that out. It's a pretty good animated series on Netflix. So yeah, that I'm hoping it's good. I'm hoping they do it justice. Um, Ragnarok. The thing that I'm worried about with Ragnarok is there's constantly a voice acted narrator in the game, a character NPC kind of that is with you through the entire or most of the game, anyways. I think that is constantly trying to tell you what you should be doing and where you need to be going and things of that nature. And that's going to really, really, really turn me off in that game. I don't like games that do that to me. Um, I don't want a game to be trying to tell me what I need to be doing all the time. Um, it's just a huge turnoff for me. And apparently, God of War Ragnarok is really, 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 really bad about that. And they don't give you an option to turn that off either. Which, look, fine, dude. If you feel like you need to implement something like that in your game, fine, whatever. Some people will be okay with it. I'm not okay with it. I know there are a lot of other gamers that are not okay with that too. And at the very least, what the developer should be doing is giving you an option to turn that off. Give the game player the option as to whether they want to hear that crap or not. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to be dealing with that, dude. You're okay with it the first time through. See, that's where like I that's see, I'm the exact opposite. I don't want the game to be telling me what I need to be doing on a first playthrough. I want to figure things out for myself. I don't want the game to be telling me what I need to be taking care of, what I need to be doing. See, I'm the exact opposite, man. So I don't know. My hope is that like with Ragnarok, when they start like working on patch, future maybe updates and working on porting it over to PC and stuff, maybe they'll implement that kind of option. Um, I agree, Alunico. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I like those games. Yeah, I like games that don't really handhold. And I understand why some people do, and that's okay. That's okay. But if you're going to implement something like that in a game, I definitely think that, in my opinion, that developers should at least give the game player the option as to whether they want to have that as a part of the gameplay or not. Don't make people deal with that. There are a lot of gamers that don't want it, man. And I'm not. That's one of the things that I already know about Ragnarok. It's going to be a big turnoff for me. You need to grab God of War when you have spare funds for it. Yeah, yeah. It started going on sale now. I mean, again, that's 2018 for PlayStation. When did it come out? 2021? Was it 2021 that it dropped for? I think 2021 it dropped for PC. So at this point, you can start finding it on sale. You might look at the end of the holiday sales this year. You'll probably be able to find a decent sell on it. I haven't gotten to watch Twisted Metal yet, Psycho. No, but I've heard good things so far. Yeah, I want to. I've heard good things. I want to. I still haven't even watched The Last of Us, dude. Have you guys watched that? Yeah, I heard that too, Lunico. The Cyberpunk anime is pretty good. I heard that as well. Yeah, it actually brought a lot of people back into the fold of playing Cyberpunk as well because it was so good. Yeah, I heard the same thing. Gonna have to get Peacock. Yeah. So that's kind of like what so I've got a number of subscription services, but normally what I'll do is like with HBO, I'll probably like whenever I'm having a real lull in finding things to watch, which I'm kind of hitting that spot, so it might happen before too long. I'll buy like a month's worth of HBO and just automatically like I'll just buy a month and then cancel the subscription right away, and then I'll just binge watch The Last of Us. You know what I mean? And I'll probably do the same thing with like Peacock. I'll just buy like a month of it and I'll watch all of the Twisted Metal stuff and then watch anything else that I think is interesting off of there, and I just won't keep the subscription. Uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, let's see here. Was it? Was it bad, Alunico? Yeah. Yeah, the purge stuff, dude, they've really been just trying to wring out as much as they can out of that series, haven't they? I mean, I watched like the first one, maybe the second one, I think, and then I was like, oh well. It's kind of like the same thing as the Fast and Furious stuff for me. Like I watched like the Fast and Furious movies, and I was like, dude, I'm not watching any more of these. It's just getting stupid. It's not, I don't know. I could just see where it was going with it, and they're just like, oh God, let's just ring it for all it's worth, baby. You know what I mean? I know some people still enjoy them and everything, but for me, it's one of those things where, and I mean, dude, I'll even say this: it's hard for me to even want to like. It always seems like a series doesn't continue to be as good as it continues to move forward. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, absolutely, Lunico. Yeah, no doubt. Um, and I mean, it's like I'm sure the next John Wick's gonna be good, but is it gonna be as good as like the first and the second one? I seriously doubt it. I seriously doubt it, dude. You know what I mean? It's just that's why I mean I don't even really have a whole lot. And I love John Wick, but I just don't have a whole lot of want to watch the fourth one because I just don't think it's the same grit is gonna be there. You know what I mean? And I love Keanu Reeves, man. I think he's a great actor. I think he's a good dude too. And those movies are bangers, but it's like the next one, and it's just not there, man. The Thaw series, yeah, those are good. Those are good. Um, it happens a lot, though. It happens a lot. They'll just ring them for all they're worth. You know. Yeah, it happens quite often. Uh, free PC games. Last chance to grab 2 critically acclaimed titles and giveaway. Dude, this is gonna be for Epic, and I'll just pull it up. I know that's what this is gonna be. Uh, yep, that's exactly what this is. I'll just pull it up right now so you guys can see. Um, so today is the last day, guys. Today's the last day. You can get Homeworld Remastered Collection for about another 3 hours. All right, Severed Steel and Homeworld. That's all the time you have left to grab your free games off Epic, and then it'll be Bloons TD6 and Loop Hero, both of which have been given away before, but these are both bangers of video games, man. These are very, very good games. But you should go ahead and grab these if you haven't done it yet. It literally takes a couple of minutes. If you have an account, if you don't have an account yet, it'll take you 4 or 5 minutes to make an account, and then another minute or two to grab these free games, and it's totally worth it. And then you'll be set up to just grab these whenever they become free later today. It's a no-brainer, dude. Grab your free games. Grab your free content, all right? Yeah, we already knew this was coming. We talked about this on Tuesday. Lenovo's got a handheld uh, that's supposed to be matching up somewhere along the lines of the Steam Deck and the ROG Ally. We don't know exactly where yet, but as we get more details officially from Lenovo, we'll talk about it. The big thing is going to be the thing we know about the Steam Deck and the ROG Ally is that these are very consumer-friendly devices, and that's a big deal nowadays, right? So obviously totally different price points. but both very good consumer-friendly products. And that's going to be a big deal for Lenovo to be competitive in that front with both of those other handhelds. And once we get more details and people, sites, review sites, and media outlets, tech outlets, places like that start getting their hands on with these devices and give us reviews, that's where we're really going to start finding out. We'll start diving into it once we find out more. Okay. Hey, thanks, Psycho. Pretty corny. Yeah, they do. Yeah, that's why Illunica I promote like all the time, for people, even if you're not a PC gamer, for people to go create an account and just start a library. Because I've got somewhere between 250 to 300 games, and all of the games they give away are notable to actually very, very good games on Epic. It's pretty incredible what the library you can accumulate of titles, gaming software on that platform, just by having an account, which is free, and just by getting in there every single week and grabbing the free games. And so I prompt people all the time, even if you're not a PC gamer, to just go in there. If you're a gamer at all, there might be the occasion where you decide you're going to start doing some PC gaming in the future. Go create an account. Start grabbing your free games every single week. That way, if you become a PC gamer, you've got a big library of games to go ahead and start playing whenever that time may come, right? So, and I would say, the thing that has, I think, kept a lot of people from becoming PC gamers over the past has been the entry point of price, right? Which is usually a bit higher for PC, or traditionally has been, as well as it's a bit of a daunting thing for some people technically to get into the PC gaming realm as opposed to console, right? But now that we're entering this age of gaming where we're getting these really nice handheld consoles that kind of are doing the same thing for PC gaming that the Switch has done for Nintendo gaming, right? Where you've got mobile on-the-go gaming at a pretty solid price point, like the Steam Deck is, different modeled anywhere from $400 to $600, but it can also dock up as a traditional console or traditional gaming device on other monitors and stuff like that. I think it gives people an easier way to get into PC gaming now than people have ever had. Not that there haven't been other devices out there too. We're talking about like NVIDIA Shield and things like that have made it easier. But I think that as we move forward, it's getting easier and easier for people to get into PC gaming. And if it doesn't make sense for people to not take advantage of the free software, in my opinion. Even if you're not a PC gamer right now, people should just be going and grabbing these free games, man. And that way, if you do start PC gaming, you've got that library set up, man. I'm a psycho. Psycho. Look, I'll say this. It's the upfront price, right? So let's be fair here. The upfront price of entry into PC gaming has always been something that has been a bit of a daunting thing for people to get into PC gaming. But what you offset in being able to maintain better hardware over a longer period of time for PCs, as well as the amount of free software and stuff that you get on PC platform that you will never, ever find, dude, on consoles. It really does pay off. It really does. People don't look at it like that, right? They don't see, they just see the upfront, what you're buying into initially. They don't look at it long term or anything like that. But so it's that upfront price that's always been a big turnoff for people. But it really does pay off. And dude, console, I talk about console and the scumminess of console all the time. It's what's really, I'm traditionally somebody that's played console and PC for my lifetime. But I've gotten to where I almost entirely only play PC anymore because console has become so scummy. They want you to pay extra money if you want to play online. They want you, every time they come out with a new console, you need to buy the game again if you want to play on that console, Nintendo. You know what I mean? It's stuff like that, man. It's disgusting. And people don't look at it. Not like this, man. Yo, random mode time. So, whereas PC, you don't deal with that kind of stuff almost ever, So there's definitely a trade-off. I got Chadge, dude. Oh, bro, what the crap, man. Jesus. Bonk the mods, dude. Bonk the mods. So there's always a nice Ferret. Dude, that's one of those winners, Ferret. Davey. We got Bonk the mods and then mod check right after, dude. Hilarious. That's funny, man. That's funny. Nice, Lunico. All right. So, I mean, if people were to actually be a little bit more educated and take a more critical look at the differences between PC and console, I think there'd probably be a lot more people that took the dive into PC. Don't get me wrong. Again, the upfront price tag is always going to be maybe a hurdle for people, but it pays off in the long run. Ferret. There's the mod. There's the mod. It's funny how random mode works like that sometimes, Dude, I cannot wait to get my monitor back. I actually need to check my RMA status and see what's up. They should have gotten my monitor early this week, so hopefully about another week from now I should be getting mine back. All right, dude. All right, brother. I hope the vacation's been good. Yo, you guys be safe getting back, all right, man? Yeah? Appreciate you, brother. Steam freebies? Is this for real? Steam games? Look, dude, Gaming Bible, I'm really hesitant about. They like to put clickbait titles in here. Okay. Yeah, these are actually on Steam. We'll take a look at that. Dude, are you kidding me? EA confirms that Star Wars Jedi Survivor is coming to PS4 and Xbox One. Bro, they haven't even fixed this game on PC yet. And this game was a mess on release for console as well, by the way, if you don't remember. You know what's funny, Alunico, you say that? Funny enough, dude, as broken as this game is, it is the second highest Star Wars game, selling Star Wars game on Steam of all time. And it's a hot piece of garbage. You can go look at, we'll go look at Steam right now. Check it out. I just pulled it up the other day. Check it out. %63%, and this is not because of content, guys. This is because of performance. I think it's gotten a little bit better recently, but you can still see mixed reviews. 68% recent. They don't sell it. You mean in console? Yeah. July 25th. Game is a mess, not stable, constant stutters, high-end gaming PC 5900X, 32 gigs of RAM, 4080 GPU, frequent crashes, even with the latest patch, 6.5. Every start, it will take time to optimize game files. Performance is so terrible. Game doesn't even load up anymore. 14 hours of playing the game. Save file is corrupted. I mean, look at, here's the thing. Okay. All All right, Davey, take it easy, buddy. Appreciate you, man. Have a good day at work, man. Be safe. Still unplayable as 7 July. This game. When did this game release? April 27th. April 27th. It's been garbage ever since, dude. Ever since. And look, you'll have some. This is. You'll always see where a game is not fully optimized for PC. You'll have some people go, it's playable. It's got some issues, but it's playable. And you'll have other people that literally can't even play the game. And what's weird is that you'll always get these people that don't understand that concept. They go, well, those people that are having issues are just playing on potato machines. And that's not the case. This is not a flipping potato machine, dude. A 5900X, 32 gigs of RAM, and an RTX 4080 is not a potato machine, dude. You know what I mean? This is a really good rig. Is it top of the line right now? No. This is a top of the line GPU. It's a really good rig. And there's no reason why a game should not perform optimally unless it was not developed well, which is what this game is. And, it's so sad, dude. This is where we find ourselves all the time. It's so gross, dude. Trying to raise awareness of, Respawn and EA can get wrecked, dude. They do not deserve people's money. Both of these companies, dude. Respawn being the developer and EA being the publisher, they knew this game was going to perform poorly, and it should have never been released when it did, but they didn't care. They wanted to scum people out of their money, and they did it. And they don't deserve people's money moving forward. That's all there is to it, dude. Yeah, dude, it does. It mauls me out, dude. I hate it. It's so gross. It's so gross. I hate it so much, man. I know I rant about it quite often, but God, dude, it's such a terrible thing for us to have to deal with as consumers and video gaming enthusiasts. You know what I mean? To have to deal with these. The thing that sucks is that, the industry is so Wild West. It's so unregulated. You know what I mean? I agree, Psycho. I agree. It's so unregulated that they just get away with doing this kind of crap to us all the time, And there's not much we can do about it because it's very loosely regulated, if at all, right? And so that's why I take it upon myself to try and raise awareness about these companies that do this kind of crap and tell people you shouldn't be giving them your money. They will just do it to you again. They will just do it to all of us again if you continue to pay them for these crap products they're pushing out, Nintendo Wii DS Call of Duty games servers are shut down. Whoa. Yeah. The Callisto Protocol developer hit with layoffs. Striking Distance Studios. If you guys don't remember what Callisto Protocol is, this is a game that hit like last December. I think the release date might have been like December 8th or something. I think that's when it came out, right? This was supposed to be the spiritual successor to Dead Space, right? I can't think of the individual's name right now. The main creative director behind the Dead Space games created Striking Distance Studios. They made Callisto Protocol, and it apparently was not very good. Pretty meh. And then, speaking of EA remakes Dead Space, and Dead Space remake was apparently pretty solid, unfortunately. So Callisto Protocol and Striking Distance Studios could have had something really, really good on their hands had they developed something pretty solid, but they didn't. And instead, what they did was they set the table for Dead Space to do even better because EA made something decent. Unfortunately. We'll read about it though and see what these layoffs are doing. You think so, Lunico? Did you play it? You played it? I just heard that it was like pretty lackluster on the gameplay side. It just from what I heard, it was fairly boring, dude. There just wasn't a lot of variety. The I know there was a little bit of some performance and technical issues in the get go, but I think they sorted that out fairly quickly. What a lot of what I read was that the gameplay was just pretty repetitive and not all that fun, really. But you had a different idea of that. Fill me in, man, because I didn't play it. It was Glenn Schofield. Glenn Schofield is the name that I was looking for there. The creative director behind the Dead Space games, and then went and made Callisto Protocol. We've touched on the Baldur's Gate 3 stuff enough. There's nothing new there for us. If you have questions, ask me in chat, and I'll inform you on what's up. Yeah, August 24th, Gamescom. Actually, I think it's August 23rd. Yeah, this site we have says opening night live is 22nd August, but we'll keep track. We'll keep track. Well, yeah, Psycho. I mean, obviously, yeah. I mean, I'm the same way. I'm never going to take just all reviews as what my exact experience is going to be, right? But I think that quite often, if there's a consensus review point, you get that baseline consensus review point, that's usually a pretty good indicator of roughly where you're going to be at for your experience. Now, it doesn't always mean that, but that's why reviews are nice for us, right? The thing for me is I'm always going to take, I do not agree with perfect scores, and I don't agree with zeros either. I think that they're both ridiculous. I've never played a perfect game, and I've never played a game that was, don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't think that there could be games out there that are very close to a zero, but a game that's absolutely a zero is, I take those top and bottom out, right? But it's impossible to play every single game that comes out, right? And that's why I think reviews are a good point for us to look at quite often, because it does give us a baseline for what most people have experienced in the game, and it usually can be a pretty good indicator of what most people will experience. But we're all, as individuals, different. We all have different preferences as far as what our entertainment goes and what we respectively like and enjoy about games. And so that baseline, we might sometimes be above that. Sometimes we might be below that to a varying degree, right? Haven't honestly, Olunico, but I heard a lot of opinions. Generally, people these days overhate everything. I don't know. I would. Here's one of the things that I think is can lead to that, though, Lunico. Overhating things. We have an issue in the industry as well, right? There's an issue in the industry, in the gaming industry for sure, of overhype. And that's not our problem. Yeah. So whenever these big marketed games, these developers and these publishers, they really get the ball rolling on these hype trains. They put I mean, nowadays, they're putting just as much money. These big budget games are putting just as much money into the marketing and the publicity side of these titles as they are the development side, right? And it's because they want to generate as much hype as possible. And there have been plenty of occasions and examples out there where the gameplay that we've gotten out of a game and the performance that we've gotten out of a game did not match up to what the game, what the developer and the publishers were telling us we should have been getting out of the game when it released. So, I mean, what else are we supposed to do in those kinds of occasions other than overhate? You know what I mean? So, I don't necessarily disagree with you. Maybe sometimes people's expectations are a little bit grandiose for no reason. And maybe, I definitely don't agree with you that there are a lot of just toxic people out there that throw around hate for no reason. That's absolutely a thing. But there's also this occasion or this situation we find ourselves in quite often where these companies are building up a hype train around these games that are not able to meet those expectations, and they deserve that hate. Because basically what they're doing is they're trying to get us to buy into the premise of something they can't deliver on, right? And in that case, they can get wrecked. That's not fair to us, right? So I understand that side of it, what you're talking about, because yeah, there are a lot of people out there that just want to hate to be hateful. They're filled with hate, and yeah, I get that for sure. But there's a flip side to it as well. For all of us that have dealt and still see that side of it, right, where this marketing and publishing side of things, the sales side, they want to hype it up real big and then don't deliver on what they tell us they're going to be bringing to the table. That's not fair. They deserve that. They deserve to get wrecked on in that sense. I don't know. There's two sides to it. We'll be keeping track of Gamescom as we move forward, dude. Evo kicks off this weekend. Evo kicks off this weekend, starting tomorrow, guys. All right, we got to talk about that this morning. I almost forgot about that. I don't play fighting games anymore. I haven't played fighting games since I was young, but not that I wouldn't like dive into one for just some fun times with the community or something. I would suck at it, but I'd probably just be a button masher, which you can't do in fighting games anymore. But I love watching competitive fighting, especially like Street Fighter stuff. Every once in a while, I'll watch a little bit of like some Mortal Kombat. But Street Fighter, man, is really something I love watching competitively. And I got to see my first competitive Street Fighter 6 tournament the other night. Sony was holding a tournament on Twitch, and I got to see some of that. It was really fun. It was really cool to watch. I hadn't seen any competitive Street Fighter stuff for a while, and definitely not since Street Fighter 6 released. So that was pretty neat. So we might try to do some just watching Evo here in the channel together at some point over the weekend a little bit. We'll see whenever these Street Fighter tournaments are popping off. We might try to just hang out a little bit this weekend and watch some Street Fighter stuff for some tournament play, okay? Discord will soon let Xbox users stream games. Interesting. Let's go to our other search. I think there are a lot of contenders for Game of the Year right now, yeah? Already. I mean, we've still got 5 months left of the year. Yeah, Lunico, it was. That's one of those things, though. You know, Xbox did it and then PlayStation copied. I see PlayStation do this all the time. Like this new update, they copied Xbox again by turning off their beep for the console powering up. You know, PlayStation has copied Xbox a lot on things like this with implementations for their console and their platform, stuff like that. It's funny. I noticed that PlayStation has done a lot of emulating Xbox stuff over the years, and not that it hasn't happened vice versa either, but it seems like PlayStation copies Xbox more than the other way around. And but yeah, the Discord thing was very, very smart. The thing that sucks is that it still needs some fleshing out, because I've had community members that I've been trying to. So for instance, right? Like I'll have being a streamer and having a Discord channel. I have certain voice channels that are private. They're locked down. And only myself and certain community members like mods can get in there. But there are certain community members that I've played games with, I'm very familiar with, and you know, they're just not part of that elevated status or privileges. And if I'm ever playing a game with them, what I'll normally do is I'll be like, yo, just go jump in one of our public chat rooms and I'll drag you into the private room. If anybody is ever in a private room or a public room and I try to drag them into a private room, but they're connected through console, it boots them. It boots them every time. So they've got some stuff to do, and apparently this is a known issue in the difference between Discord through console and like PC versions and stuff like that. There's just some wonkiness they still need to work out, but you're not wrong. Adding Discord to the consoles was a huge thing. Should have been done a long time ago, probably, because it's so nice. Discord is so flippin' nice, dude, for gamers. And they've still got a little bit of stuff that needs to be fleshed out, like I said, but it's really good. It's really smart. I am probably going to watch the new Ninja Turtles movie pretty soon. I hope it's good. We've already got the sub. We'll talk about that. We already know why. What is this talking about? Probably Epic. Yep. It's just talking about the Epic games. We already covered that. Go get your free games on Epic, okay? You've got about 2.5 hours left to get the games that are free right now. And then you got new games coming right at that same time, that cutoff time. Kickstarter says new projects will have to disclose whether they use AI. Interesting. Let's take a look at this. You know, Steam already implemented a system to basically not allow games on their platform that use AI in ways which would be using AI as like plagiarized content, you know, which I think is great. Let's see what's going on there. We talked about that already. Ooh, Fort Solis got a new trailer. Let's go. This game is about to release, I think, or just released. And this looks like it might be, oh, yeah, August 22nd. August 22nd. So this game looks like it might be a nice horror game for us to play in October, Scaretober. So it's on my schedule right now as a potential game for us to play in Scaretober. So let's see this new trailer. Well, here's what's funny. So what is being referred to as AI right now isn't really AI. It's not sentient. You know, it's it's still technology that has to be told what to do. Yeah. So not that there's not, I think there's a lot of stuff out there that I think people aren't really aware of technology wise where we are. We're very advanced as opposed to what is seen in everyday life for people. This whole AI implementation we're seeing in technology and for video game development and things like that and media and entertainment, it's not true AI, right? It's not a sentient being. It can't think for itself. It has to be told what to do. And so, but I mean, what you're talking about there is it's a scary premise. There's been plenty of occasions throughout history where fictional sci-fi stuff has actually become real life things because, as we evolved in technology, we've, driven towards these ideas, these really incredibly far-fetched ideas at one point that we've made a reality for ourselves. And so, I mean, we're getting closer and closer every day to the reality of real AI, the fruition of that. And there are a lot of very smart people and high-level institutions that are getting that accomplished. And here's the thing about AI: people are flawed, and who's creating AI? People are. So by proxy, AI will be a flawed system. It will. I truly believe that. Yeah, I mean, there will be something that goes wrong with it because we are human. We make mistakes, and we can't calculate for every variable there ever will be. And so whenever AI truly becomes a thing for us, true AI, it'll probably go south. There'll be something bad that happens, yeah. Shh. We're all just living in the Matrix, buddy. Don't worry about it. You know? None of this is real, anyways. Armored Core 6, why you shouldn't expect a Souls game? Because it's not a Souls game, it's an Armored Core game. It'll have Souls-like aspects to it in some forms and fashions, but it's not a Souls game. Therefore, you're getting an Armored Core game. Just because it's a From Software game, people need to understand that just because any game that comes out from Software, not every game that comes from them is going to be a Soulsborne game. They're very good at doing what they do, and there will be similarities between some of the aspects of what they're good at doing in the Souls game and what Armored Core 6 implements in probably, difficulty and boss fights and things like that. But to be fair, it's an Armored Core game. It's not a Souls game. So that shouldn't be a surprise to most people. Okay, let's dive into these. Yeah. I'm pretty hyped for it too, but unfortunately, again, From Software is one of those companies that bit me recently with a PC release, and I won't let them do it again. So I think that's, it's one of those things for me that I try to educate people on. If you've had a company that's done you wrong, and don't let them do it again, So for me, I'm going to wait and see how Armored Core 6 releases. If it's good on PC, we'll consider playing it moving forward, but I'm not going to play it on release. From Software, Elden Ring was terrible on PC on release. It was really bad. I played through the entire game on release, and it felt terrible. It did not feel good. Tons of stutter, tons of frame drop, a lot of menu stuff you could tell was just console. It was not built for PC. You could just tell that they ported the game to PC before release and was like, make it run as good as possible, and we'll deal with the rest of it later. And for me, that's not good enough, dude. So I'll pay attention. I'll see how the PC release is. I hope From Software does a better job moving forward, because I think they're a good game developer, especially content-wise. But if a game doesn't perform well, how are you supposed to, enjoy the content in any form or fashion anyways? Elden Ring felt like a trudge to me quite often because the performance was so bad. And that's unfortunate, because I know it's a great game. And having to deal with performance issues of playing a game is not fun. And so I won't give From Software my money anymore on release or pre-order or anything like that. They're gonna have to show me they can do better. And I love mech games. I love mech. Mech is cool, and I like From Software. I think that they have great content, but I got bit, dude, and that's all it takes for me. So Kickstarter says new projects will have to disclose whether they use AI. Any project that isn't transparent about its AI use may be suspended. Kickstarter has announced a new policy regarding projects that make use of AI in some way, including video games. According to a statement on the official Kickstarter website from August 29th, the company will require creators to disclose whether their projects will use AI. If a project doesn't properly disclose the use of AI when it's being submitted to Kickstarter, it could be suspended. The company also says that anyone trying to avoid its guidelines or intentionally misrepresent a project will be restricted from submitting new Kickstarter projects in the future. In order to be allowed to appear on Kickstarter, the project, quote, must disclose relevant details on their project page, including, quote, how the creator plans to use AI content in their project, as well as which elements of their project will be wholly original work and which elements will be created using AI outputs. If the project itself is a new AI tool, AI tech, or AI software, the project must disclose information about any databases and data the creator intends to use, and must indicate how these sources handle consent and credit for the data they utilize. To be clear, our new policy does not ban the use of AI in Kickstarter projects, the company explains. However, we want to make sure that any project that is funded through Kickstarter includes human creative input, and properly credits and obtains permission for any artist's work that it references. That's the important part of this. The policy requires creators to be transparent and specific about how they use AI in their projects, because when we're all on the same page about what a project entails, it builds trust and sets the project up for success. Kickstarter's policy announcement comes a month after Valve attempted to clarify its own stance on AI after it reportedly banned a Steam project that used AI-generated artwork. In late June, a developer claimed that their game, which featured AI-generated assets allegedly as early templates, was rejected by Valve after it demanded they prove they owned all the necessary rights used in the dataset that trained the AI to create them. Responding to the incident, Valve issued a statement to VGC claiming that its, quote, goal is not to discourage the use of games built with AI on Steam, and that any action it had taken was a reflection of current copyright law and policies, not an added layer of our opinion. We are continuing to learn about AI, the ways it can be used in game development, and how to factor it into our process for reviewing games submitted for distribution on Steam. Our priority, as always, is to try to ship as many of the titles we receive as we can. The introduction of AI can sometimes make it harder to show a developer has sufficient rights in using AI to create assets, including images, text, and music. Yep. I mean, ever since AI has become a big prominent thing here for video games, I've said this from the get-go. There's nothing wrong with its use in game development as long as it's being used for the uniquely made assets for that project. That's where it has to be. You gotta draw the line. If you're allowing developers to just go out, use these AI pieces of technology to pull from anywhere online, gather assets from anywhere online, and create new artwork off of that, that's plagiarism. You don't have the authorization from the original creators of that artwork, and that's plagiarism. You can't do that. Now, the difference being what should be happening is you should still be hiring artists to render unique, creative artwork and assets for your project. Then what you can do is use AI to utilize those internal pieces of those internal assets to create new wild pieces of art or media or assets or whatever to also be used and included along with the original pieces for your development project. That's where this has to be differentiated between. And that's basically what Steam has come out and said needs to be done. And that's what Kickstarter is also saying here, is that you have to show us that you own these assets and that the AI stuff you're creating is off of these assets you own, or that you've at least gotten the permission from outside. If you're using any outside assets, that you've gotten permission from the original artwork creator, asset creator to utilize that piece, right? And that's what it comes down to, and that's the way it should be. Fort Solis gets new Dark Side of the Red Planet trailer. New sci-fi adventure Fort Solis has just revealed a new trailer ahead of the game's launch on August 22nd. Developer Fallen Leaf, in partnership with Dear Villagers, has teased the community with gameplay footage ahead of the release in the upcoming weeks, which will see the title available on PlayStation 5, PC, and Mac. So what's Fort Solis about? It's set on Mars aboard an isolated mining facility where players must investigate the missing crew, solving mysteries and making crucial decisions along the way with the goal of escaping the compound. With the power of Unreal Engine 5, the game offers players a totally immersive experience in the dark reaches of space. And the game itself is said to be inspired by titles such as Until Dawn and Firewatch, with the emphasis of immersion and narration. And with 4 chapters to Fort Solis, players can choose either to binge them all in one sitting or choose to approach it like a Netflix series and play it episodically. James Tinsdale, the game director at Fallen Leaf, had the following to say on the upcoming game. What I've seen of it has given me a bit of some Soma vibes, actually. We want Fort Solis to tell a story through a mix of interactivity and artistry. He went further on what players can expect from Fort Solis when it launches in a few weeks, hoping that it could appeal to non-gamers also. This is a quote from him. Using state-of-the-art mocap performances, high-fidelity Unreal Engine 5 graphics, music by legendary composer Ted White, and our all-star cast of professional actors, we sought to create a truly immersive experience that grounds players in this sci-fi mystery. With our cinematic story-first approach, we wanted to distill the essence of a sci-fi thriller into a format that anyone can play, including non-gamers. Although Xbox players seem to be quite put out as they can't get their hands on the game, the majority of comments have been of excitement for the upcoming title. Where is this? It might be on. Let's see this. See if it's probably on Steam at this point. Don't like AI made music on games, for example. Yeah. I mean, AI stuff it's wonky, dude. It's not great in my opinion either. But this is where developers, a lot of developers, when AI really became something easy to use, they were like, oh well, we can just use this and not have to hire as many employees, right? Because we can just use AI to fill their positions to get done what they would have done. But you're not going to get the same quality of work, or you're the same quality of product, right? At least from what I've seen. Is the AI generation stuff fun, and you get some weird stuff out of it sometimes that it's kind of interesting to mess with and work with? Yeah, absolutely. And I think that it can be very, very nice for developers to utilize some of it to see what they can get to come out of these assets that they create uniquely for each project individually, right? It can be a very useful tool. It can be, but it's got to start with that. You have to start with having these creative minds be hired on, create a large pool and table of assets for each project, then see what the AI can do to pull out of that and mesh things together and pull you more unique stuff out of that, if that's how you want to, if you want to use AI on your projects, right? I don't disagree with you, Alunico. Yeah. Port Solis, they got a new trailer here. Let's see this.
Fort Solis, this is Jack Leary, senior engineer, responding to your alarm. Please come in.
Jack?
Jess, Solis is locked down.
Be careful.
Man, my allergies are jacked this morning. I'm sorry,
Still no
guys.
sign of anyone. Where could they be?
I feel like I can't breathe.
Please tell me you didn't remove your helmet.
It's not natural to wear it that long. Why would someone remove the power supply? Hello?
Made contact?
I think there may have been an incident here.
An incident? What kind of incident?
Something's going on here. The patient vomited blood.
I need to get out of here.
I'm on it. Airlock breach, get your helmet on.
Where's the xenomorph at?
Your helmet, get out of there now.
Alien Isolation vibes in there too, man.
How are you holding up? Well, what the hell is going on there?
Solis, it's...
Jack? What happened?
We need to go.
Jack!
Nice.
This is
Cool.
Jessica Appleton.
That's the new
Fort
trailer.
We have received your incident report and have dispatched security forces to evaluate the situation.
How long before they're
regarding
there?
Fort Solis.
If you guys need the link, I'll link the game for you off of Steam. Yeah, it seems more like a not a combat experience, right? More like a visual narrative adventure kind of, yeah. But that can be good too, you know. If it's done right, and I think this is the thing. If you have different options of the ways to get things done in this kind of game, if everything's just very straightforward. And there's only one way to get things done all the time. It's going to make this a bit boring, in my opinion. What you want from something like this is options of ways to figure out how to get through the game. That way, there's at least some kind of replayability in it. But it looks like it could be a fun. I don't expect it to be anything super long. I'm guessing this is probably going to be like maybe a 15 roughly hour game, something like that. So if it ends up being longer than that, cool. But again, Scaretober for us is right around the corner, and it might be worth something looking into. It's not definitively on our schedule yet, but if it comes out, because I'm not going to play it right now anyways, it's coming out in a couple of weeks, few weeks. And if people seem to enjoy it, it might be worth throwing on the schedule. So we'll see. It looks like it could be pretty good. And to be fair, a game like, if you've never played Soma, this is a banger of a game too. We played this our first Scaretober 2 years ago. This is a game that is doesn't incorporate a ton of like combat or anything either, and it's very, very good. Oh, you did? Yeah. So I mean, it works. It can work. Yeah, it's not like real combat. It's much more focused on the ambiance and the environment and the narrative, and Soma's a banger. This is an iconic game. Yeah, this is an iconic game. As you can see, 95% of over 31,000 reviews.
How did I get here?
Yeah, Amnesia. Those are actually some that I have on the. I've never played the Amnesia game, but I have Amnesia games on the schedule for this year, so we'll probably play some of those, as well as like. So last year we played all the Outlast game. We played Outlast 1 and 2 and the Whistleblower DLC. And we're probably going to play Outlast Trials this year as like a weekend title for community gameplay and stuff. Because Outlast Trials is supposed to be very good. The first one of Amnesia, is that what you're talking about? Because I've got a bunch of the Amnesia games. I've just never played them. But here, I'll link this one as well. Because if you guys haven't ever played Soma, Soma's very good. How many hours did I get in this game? Yeah, it was like 15 hours for this as well. That's what I would probably expect out of something like Fort Solis. This is a cool game, though. Both Outlast games, yo, I played them both on the hardest difficulty, and they were bangers. Those were good games. They were flipping freaky too, man. Those were scary games, dude. They're a trip. Yeah. I don't have those playthroughs public on YouTube yet. They are here on the Twitch channel in playlists. If you ever wanted to go watch them, they're on the YouTube. They're just not public yet. I've got to get all the details and all that stuff put in before I make them public. Put them into playlists and everything. But yeah. Those are really good games. I had a great time playing those last year. Yeah, those are good. Cool. All right. That's neat. Discord will soon let Xbox users stream games. Discord is planning to let Xbox users stream games soon. Discord is one of the most popular apps for gamers out there, as it allows everyone to convene in one place to play games, talk, and socialize. It's used for more than just games, but that's its core purpose. Communities are able to create servers for discussions and virtual hangouts. I think that was a misspell there. It's supposed to be virtual hangouts. Also, an incredible tool for crossplay. While Xbox and PlayStation have their own native party chats, Discord is the only way outside of game chat to voice chat with people on different consoles. Discord has allowed players to knock down the barriers that have previously been a nuisance to those who want to play games with people on other platforms. Now, Discord is expanding its features on consoles from simple voice chats to streaming. On PC, Discord users can stream their games directly to the server they're in and allow their friends the opportunity to watch them play. It's also been used for things like streaming movies, YouTube videos, and other non-gaming things. Xbox users will soon gain access to this feature. This was announced earlier today via a blog post from Discord, noting that the feature is available today for Xbox insiders and will roll out to everyone else in the near future. Also, a step-by-step tutorial on how to access this feature, but it's fairly easy to do once you've entered a voice call. You can stream your Xbox Series X, S, or One games in server chats, group chats, and one-on-one voice calls. Unclear if you'll be able to stream anything outside of games, but it works. If it works anything like Twitch, it'll probably be locked to the game you have opened. As of right now, it's unclear if any other major Discord features will be added to Xbox or if game streaming will come to PlayStation. Probably will. Sony has a special partnership with Discord, but for whatever reason, Xbox has gotten a lot of these key features before PlayStation has. Yes, they have. Here you go. That's cool, man. That's cool. Very nice. Nintendo Wii and DS Call of Duty games servers are shut down. A bunch of old Call of Duty games for the DS and Wii have had their servers shut down seemingly without warning. Call of Duty, one of the biggest franchises on the planet, and it has earned the status without a single title appearing on a Nintendo platform in nearly a full decade. The last game on a Nintendo device was Call of Duty Ghosts on the Wii U in 2013. The series has had a semi-active community on the Wii. During the golden age of the series, a number of Call of Duty games were released on the Wii, including Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4, and Modern Warfare 3, and Call of Duty Black Ops. Sadly, those games will no longer be playable online, nor will their Nintendo DS counterparts. People who try to play these games online are now met with various messages, including a generic one that reads, "No Wi-Fi connection service for the software has... Nintendo Wi-Fi connection service for the software has been discontinued." Some of the other titles have a more personalized message confirming they've shut down and thank players for playing the games. Interesting timing as these games are experiencing a major resurgence on Xbox due to the servers being fixed, allowing them to be playable with backwards compatibility on modern Xbox consoles. It's no surprise that the Call of Duty community has likely been dwindling for years on Nintendo platforms, likely prompting Activision to weigh how worthwhile it is to keep operating the servers for those games. Yeah, we know that Microsoft has a new 10-year deal with Nintendo, though, moving forward as soon as they acquire fully Activision Blizzard for Call of Duty games to be on the Nintendo platform moving forward. So there's at least going to be Call of Duty coming to Nintendo on that front, right? What was funny to me was like the whole time, there was a big to-do from the FTC about, well, you can't put Call of Duty games on the Switch. It's not powerful enough to... Look, there's a new console coming, right? Whether or not they're able to get games on the current version of Nintendo's console, there'll be a new console coming out now. Third-party developers already have their hands on the device. We know that. And there's games being developed for it as we speak. So whether or not a Call of Duty game is going to be able to be made for the current version of the Switch, if current Call of Duty games, if versions of current Call of Duty games are going to be able to be put on the Switch, they'll be severely downgraded. More modern Call of Duty games will come out for the new version of the Nintendo's console, whatever that may be. So, it's coming. The Callisto Protocol developer hit with layoffs. Some more bad news for the gaming industry as Striking Distance Studios, the developer behind the Callisto Protocol, had layoffs on Tuesday. The news was broken via various LinkedIn posts. Quote, "I'm so sorry to see the layoffs at Striking Distance Studios. Patrick Bostwick of Pixelated Talent and formerly of Striking Distance Studios said, took many years to assemble such amazing talents. Without a doubt, this group of people are some of the most talented in the industry." Quote, "I was impacted by the layoffs at Striking Distance Studios today, and I am looking for a new opportunity as a senior environment artist, world builder, senior environment artist," Matthew Smith posted. As far as the scale of the layoffs are concerned, that information isn't currently known. Studio has yet to publicly comment on the layoffs. Yeah. Callisto Protocol was released in December of 2022, so I think it was actually December 8th exactly. The game was met, I could be off there, but the game was met with mixed reviews from both critics and players. Though it did sell over 2 million copies, it didn't reach its initial sales target of 5 million against a $162 million development budget. No comment again from Striking Distance yet. So, yeah, mixed reviews for sure. Let's pull up Callisto Protocol real quick on Steam at least and see what's going on. We might even pull up Metacritic. So all reviews all time for this game are 62%. So mixed. And recently is 71%, which puts it mostly positive, just above mixed. Yeah, I know on release it had quite a bit of bugs. I don't know. It's one of those things where I feel like people wanted to see, and I think here's where there was a big mix for people. I think some people wanted an evolution of Dead Space with this. They wanted Dead Space, but evolution of Dead Space also. They didn't get that. I think what a lot of people saw was like just a focus on like a visual experience with old school gaming content. The same old Dead Space. And don't get me wrong, there's something to be said for maintaining a balance between trying to capture that same essence of a very iconic game, but we're also in a very different age of gaming right now than we are whenever Dead Space 1 came out. So I talk about this a lot, and I said the same thing with EA whenever they were remaking Dead Space. There is something to be said for walking that tightrope, if you will, of maintaining the balance between capturing the essence of the original game and modernizing it as well, right? I mean, so whether you're remaking a game or you're trying to create a spiritual successor to a game, as Callisto Protocol is, it's a difficult thing to do. And I think from what I've seen, a lot of people felt like maybe the writing, the story, the character narratives, things like that were kind of lackluster. The gameplay felt clunky, and there was just a big emphasis on trying to make the game look good, where a lot of other aspects of the game maybe fell short. And it didn't really hit the mark for a lot of people, I guess. I don't know. I didn't play it. I can't speak from experience. Let's look at the Metacritic on it. I mean, these are recent reviews right here, so I don't know. You can. I'll link this. You guys can take a look, see what you think about Callisto Protocol. My bad. Nobody's going to be able to review a game. You know, no review is going to capture exactly what you think a game is, right? I mean, that's all there is to it. But again, like I said previously, large reviews, reviews have a large number of input, right? That's normally a pretty solid baseline for you to go off of for what you will experience. Not that it won't vary, maybe a little bit above or below that baseline for you, but normally it's a pretty good idea of where you're going to hit at. So I think that ultimately, not that you might not vary greatly above or greatly below, but normally you're going to be somewhere pretty close to that, right? Let's see. Critical Metacritic. Let's see this. Yeah. So, I mean, it's not far off from what Steam has either. You're talking a critic, 19 critic reviews. This is for PC. You can look at the other ones right here for console and stuff. But for PC, the game has a 68, which is definitely something that is not going to. Normally, what I say is if something is below a 70, it's probably not going to be all that great of an experience. You know, low 70s to high 70s is probably going to be entertaining. High 70s to mid 80s is going to be pretty solid experience, and anything above a mid 80 is probably going to be something that's going to be pretty memorable and probably pretty defining for the industry. But this is probably just going to be a fairly mediocre experience, if anything. User review scores of 288 ratings is a 5.4 out of 10. That's pretty rough. I mean, again, you're going to want to, in my opinion, you take all 10s away, you take all 0s away. You know what I mean? But I'll link this as well. It's just, it feels like they missed the mark, man, to be honest. I don't know. Be the judge for yourself. Read reviews, and if it's something that is enticing enough, find a way to play it. Maybe at a low price point, or even on a subscription service or something. So that this is one of those titles where I have to recommend you spend very, very little money playing this game. With the way the reviews are set up, and as much review data as we have on this game at this point, it does seem like something you're probably not going to have an overly great experience with. And so spending money on it is probably not the best option, or spending a large amount of money on it is not the greatest option. But that's just my own advice. Best thing you could probably do is find a subscription service that it might be on, or a low price point to get in here and try it if you're really that interested in it, okay? Steam freebie, 3 downloads available now for hugely popular war games. We all like freebies, right? Within reason, of course. That being said, I think we can all agree that free video games and DLC is often too much of a good deal to turn down. The latest batch of free video game goodness is courtesy of Steam, and it includes a massive real-time strategy series. World of Warships. Aren't these always free, dude? Oh, okay, it looks like the first free download for World of Warships is the 25 Years of Wargaming DLC pack. This free DLC includes 1 tactical special container, 3 Steam expendable camouflages, 3 smoldering fire expendable camouflages, and the World of Wargaming patch symbol. Next up is the Wargaming Party DLC pack for World of Tanks. It includes 1 day of World of Tanks premium account, 2 personal reserves, which is 50 plus 50% bonus to combat experience for 1 hour, and personal reserves plus 200% bonus to free experience and crew experience for 1 hour. Finally, World of Warplanes fans, you can get the Blaireau SPAD S.510 DLC pack. Includes the Blaireau SPAD S.510 French Tier 2 fighter. I might have butchered that. If I did, I'm sorry. An additional hangar slot that allows you to store your warbird, as well as a fully trained pilot, a unique paint scheme that provides an additional advantage in battles, and 3 days of premium account. Okay, as well as the epic games we've already talked about. So if you're interested in these games, there you go. Take a look. Play free play days for Xbox today through the 6th. So today through the weekend, basically. Free play days returns for the upcoming weekend. Microsoft is offering up 4 titles to try this weekend, including 2K's latest wrestling effort in 2K23, WWE 2K23, Bandai Namco's Dragon Ball FighterZ, and a couple of other Xbox titles. Descenders, Dragon Ball FighterZ, For Honor, and WWE 2K23. Remember, you will need an Xbox Live Gold or Game Pass Ultimate membership to take advantage of these free play day offerings. All 4 games will be available to play for free until late on Sunday, August 6th. You can also get a discount to buy them right now if you do have a membership to Game Pass. Okay. There you go. Nintendo reconfirms release dates and windows for upcoming Switch games. Take a quick peek. Looks like we got Detective Pikachu Returns on October 6th. Super Mario Bros. Wonder on October 20th. WarioWare Move It November 3rd. A Super Mario RPG November 17th. That's big hype for me, dude. That's my favorite Mario game of all time. So the remake of Super Mario RPG is incredible. I'm really, really, really excited for that. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon Remake 2024. Untitled Princess Peach game 2024. Metroid Prime 4 to be announced. Then we've got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass Wave 6 coming later this year, as well as fall and winter of this year. We will get the Teal Mask and Indigo Disc DLCs for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. All right. There you go. There you go. Public service announcement. Delete your Baldur's Gate 3 early access saves before starting the full game. So, Larian Studios' Baldur's Gate 3 leaves early access with its 1.0 launch on PC today. That is today, in roughly 2 hours, just under 2 hours. Well, I'm sure those who played the game on Steam during early access are quite excited. This is a reminder that you need to delete your early access save file and even uninstall the game to be safe before the launch version of Baldur's Gate 3 comes out. The developers of Baldur's Gate 3 revealed that this would be the case in a community post in July, just saying that compared to what was available in early access, the version of the game coming out on August 3rd is so vastly different that it's not possible to make those save files compatible. So, you will have to start fresh when this RPG leaves early access. But Larian went on to clarify this week that the safest thing for players to do to avoid any issues is to delete their early access save and even uninstall the game altogether ahead of the release today. It broke down the steps to do this in the latest community update post, which is linked right here. To delete a Baldur's Gate 3 save, you need to pick the load game option on the main menu, choose an old campaign save, and then choose the delete campaign option that appears on the bottom of the screen. After that, Larian recommends players delete any mods and uninstall the early access version of Baldur's Gate 3 from their computer altogether. To uninstall it on Steam, simply right-click on Baldur's Gate 3 in your library, choose the Manage tab in the pop-up menu, and then pick Uninstall from there. Once you do all of that, and make sure your graphics card drivers are up to date, you shouldn't have any issues installing the launch version of Baldur's Gate 3 once it's available. It launches today in just under 2 hours. So get ready for that. Your save files don't transfer over anyways, so it doesn't matter. You should go ahead and delete those. There is no preload either, so don't worry about that. Delete your old save files and then uninstall the game. All right? This is coming from Larian, letting you know you should be taking care of all this and make it as easy on yourself as possible to ensure the game plays smoothly and as intended whenever it releases, okay? There you go. Last article I have for the day. Then we're going to move on and play some more Remnant 2, all right? But we need to talk about this because this is EVO 2023, baby. Kicking off tomorrow. Live from Las Vegas. The fight begins August 4th. I like watching competitive fighting games. I don't play them, but I like watching them. There's an insane amount of skill, talent, knowledge that goes into the people that training that for the people that go into playing these games competitively. And I really enjoy watching Street Fighter specifically, but I do tend to occasionally jump in and watch like maybe some Mortal Kombat. So this kicks off tomorrow. There's going to be a schedule. We'll take a look at that. Let's view the schedule here. So day 1 is tomorrow. Street Fighter 6 kicks off at times shown are local to me. So 12 o'clock Street Fighter 6 p.m. And it goes all the way through the night. And I'm guessing all of this will be stream schedule. Yep. So we could either watch Mortal Kombat. I mean, we could watch anything, but I'm more interested in watching Street Fighter 6 or Mortal Kombat. The thing about this for me is like, Street Fighter 6 is the new game. There's going to be a lot of hype about this because Street Fighter 6 is the new game in the tournament, right? Next year, we'll have like Tekken 8. We'll have Mortal Kombat 1 again. My feelings on that. It's a weird name for that game. It's Mortal Kombat 1. We've already had Mortal Kombat 1. I know why they did it, but it could have been a little bit more creative, I think. Just my own personal opinion. But we'll probably watch Street Fighter. Then day 2, which is the 5th, Street Fighter again kicking off at noon and going all night. Day 3, Street Fighter 6 main stage stuff kicking off real late. So what we might do is just like finish up the stream tomorrow and Saturday with a little bit of some Evo stuff. Okay, we might just like finish up the last hour or 2 of the stream watching a little bit of some competitive fighting stuff at Evo. Just because I enjoy it. We could just relax, chill out, have some popcorn, some chonky boy foods, and relax and watch some competitive fighting stuff. It's really interesting for me. I really enjoy it, and we could have some fun with that. So let's plan on that, okay? We'll still game all day long, but the last hour or 2, maybe we'll just watch some competitive Street Fighter 6 stuff. Cool? That's the Jam-a-Lamb, peoples. We're going to go play games. I hope everybody has had a great start to their day today. Hope you had a great day yesterday. It feels good to be back. Wednesday's taking time off, but I'm trying to get stuff done for the stream, the channels, YouTube and Twitch and the community. Some more fun stuff to get done for us. As you can slowly see, I'm rolling out some new stuff, so the stream looks a little bit different, and I'm trying to get more stuff done. So hopefully it's paying off slowly but surely. You guys rock. I appreciate you. Thanks for being part of the news segment today. Being part of what we do always on the constant. You guys are amazing. We're going to go play some Remnant 2, Day 7. But if anybody is checking out the video gaming news content live today, or maybe if you're checking this out later on as a VOD. All of our video gaming news segments that we've done previously, all of our gameplay that we've done, funny, crazy, wild clips and highlights from gameplay and video gaming news segments, all of that content is on the Twitch channel and playlists, as well as on the YouTube channel. So go check that content out. If you're enjoying it, come hang out with myself, the rest of this amazing community, whenever we go live 6 days a week, every day but Wednesday right now. We might get back to 7 days a week in the future. But 6 days a week right now. We start off at 6 a.m. CST. That would be 4 a.m. Pacific or 7 a.m. Eastern. We always start off with video gaming news before we dive into whatever video gaming content for gameplay that we have for the rest of the day, okay? So other than that, you guys stay healthy, stay safe, be kind to one another, and we will catch everybody tomorrow for August 4th's edition of Video Gaming News. Some more Remnant 2 gameplay, and then we'll finish off the day with watching some Street Fighter 6 Evo action. All right?